Okay guys, so here is the fault code that I was telling you about for the coolant level sensor. This particular one, and specifically for this video, is going to be fault code 111 FMI 18, or it may pop up as, in this case, I'm not sure why it's coming up this way, but it says P111 FMI 1. So either way, it's going to be about the same fault code. The only difference is right now what we're seeing is the CPC, which is going to show the coolant level low, and on the engine side it should actually say MCM, but however it doesn't, it just says engine number 1. However, this code is again specific to the video that I'm going to show you, which is how to do the coolant level sensor and the actual pigtail. So again, I want to show you the fault code. What you're going to see, again, the code itself may be active or inactive depending on what's going on. Sometimes if you go up the hill, it will trigger the check engine. When you get on level surface, it'll go away. So again, if you have coolant and this is coming up and giving you a check engine light or stop engine light, this is a good place to start and a good place to quickly fix that.
Okay guys, what's going on everybody? So a very simple video on a common problem with the Freightliner Cascadia is the coolant level sensor. Now this sensor itself is fairly new, but it's starting to fail. So we have an issue, either the sensor itself is no good or the pigtail is no good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace both of them. And what you need to do is you need to drop the coolant from here down to about here. So it's roughly about 2 gallons that you need to remove. Once you do that, then you can actually start to take out your coolant level sensor. I hope you guys can see, but the sun's kind of giving us a bit of a glare. So anyway, we're gonna remove this plug. You're gonna need to clip these out. I'm gonna show you how to replace the plug or the pigtail. Freightliner does sell this. I'm gonna show you what the part number is for the coolant level sensor. But first thing first is we are going to remove coolant. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm trying to get you guys the best picture possible. So over on the passenger side, okay, down at the bottom of the radiator, I don't know if you can see, but right down there is a drain plug. Okay, you're going to need a 15/16 or a 1-inch wrench to go ahead and back that off a little bit. Enough coolant will come out, and that's not going to fly out, but you're going to need some coolant to come out of there, and again, just to drop below the sensor. And then I'm going to show you how to replace the sensor as well as the pigtail. So let's go ahead and get that started. Like I said, it's actually very simple, something you can do yourself. Takes maybe about an hour or so. You're gonna need something to catch the coolant. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need 2 wrenches, and again, you're gonna need either a 15/16, which this is a 15/16. Wait a minute, that's a little tight. Probably go with the 1-inch, and then you're gonna go ahead and start loosening that up or backing that off. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see here, bear with me. So you can crawl up underneath there, get a creeper, cardboard, whatever's easier for you, or you can just do it like I'm doing it, kind of a bit of a lazy way, reaching over, and guess what? None of these are gonna work. So I got the wrong tools for this. 1 inch isn't gonna work, 15/16, so let's get something a little different. Back, and I ended up just getting a cardboard, something from my shop, so we can slide under it. Again, there's different ways of doing this. It's not this is more of a do-it-yourself method. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide up underneath. There we go. And hope you guys can see that there. Let's take a look. Bear with me. I hope you can see that. So you're gonna get your 15/16 and you're gonna start to loosen that up. Make sure you try to catch the coolant so you don't drip that everywhere. And let's see, what do we have? What you're gonna do is crawl up underneath. You're gonna get your 15/16 and you're gonna go ahead and back this off. You're gonna drain about 2 gallons roughly, or just below the coolant level sensor up there at the top. In the meantime, let's go up top and take a look and see what we got going. All right, guys, so coolant is starting to drop. And again, you want to get it just below the coolant level sensor. So let's go ahead and take this off. Let's take it apart and go from there. You're gonna need channel locks. You're gonna need the replacement kit. This is the one you can pick up hopefully at your local Freightliner. It's compatible with a lot of different things and a lot of different sensors. You're gonna need your torch to go ahead and, for the shrink tube, pliers or terminal pliers, something to cut, and that's pretty much it. So I didn't really get my side cutter, so oh well, I'm gonna have to improvise with what I have. Clip, I hope you guys can see it. Again, sun is right in my face. I can't do anything about that, but there is a red tab. The red tab needs to go across one way. Use some pliers and just simply, this thing does not want to cooperate. There we go. So you got that over, and you're gonna simply push down on the tab, pull it out. And again, once the coolant will drop below the coolant level sensor, grab your channel locks, and then you're gonna go ahead and start backing this out. Remove it, you're gonna install your new one, okay? My new coolant level sensor, give me a second here, guys. Aha! All right, so here is our new coolant level sensor. I hope you guys can see the part number, bear with me. Okay, again, you can order it by VIN number. I believe they are actually all the same. So if you open this thing up, you're going to see this is your coolant level sensor. It really goes in one way, of course. This means your coolant is low, coolant is up. You might want to lube this up a little bit, maybe a little bit of assembly lube, a little bit of oil. That'll help it slide in, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. This obviously does not get installed. This is just simply for shipping purposes. So we'll leave that there. Coolant is still dropping, so I'm not going to remove it just yet. So let's hang tight, wait a few minutes, drop it, and I'll show you how to do it. It's actually very, very simple. In the meantime, let's take a look at this plug. It might actually still be good. So it's up to you. This is your call. You can either replace it or keep it, okay? Either way, again, it's giving us a coolant level sensor fault code. So I'm gonna let the coolant drop. I'll be back, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, I hope that's a little bit better. I brought an umbrella, give us some shade so we can actually see what we are doing, or I can see what we're doing. So again, we have our coolant level sensor, and you're gonna need your channel locks. You're gonna need to kind of open that up a little bit more so you can go ahead and get in there. I don't know if regular pliers would work. You just need something that's gonna be wide enough, and it's not gonna actually damage this part of the sensor. So once you do that, let's go ahead and remove it and go from there. Let's see what the hell's going on here. All right, so you just start backing it out. Very, very simple. Again, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me check my camera here. Yeah, there we go. So you're gonna go ahead and just back that out completely and pull out the old sensor. So here is our old sensor, potentially defective. So we're gonna dump this one. This is the old one, garbage. And this is our new one. So now that we have the new one, again, remove the plastic. That's what it says on the instructions. Get a little bit of white grease or assembly grease or whatever you feel comfortable with. And then you're just gonna go ahead and lube it right around here. Okay, once you do that, there is a little slot. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's a little slot, the same color as the rest of the base, which is a beige color. And right up here, there is another slot. Actually, there's a few of them, but the same position, which would be the 9 o'clock position, that's how you're gonna go ahead and wanna put that in. So once you slide that in, okay, really can't mess it up. I mean, you probably could, but come on, babe, there we go. So it's in, and now you're gonna go ahead and get the nut or jam nut, lock nut, whatever you wanna call it. You can actually go hand tight with it, and then you wanna get your pliers. Again, be careful that you don't break this part of the sensor, okay? The sensor itself, I think, is about maybe 50 bucks, 60 bucks, something like that. I don't know if they offer an aftermarket, or maybe that is the aftermarket price. So again, you wanna tighten that down a little bit, as hopefully you can see there. Just tighten it and turn, that's it. Not a whole lot of pressure, it's not a whole lot of, you know, you're not gonna kill it. You just wanna simply tighten it down, and you're done. So at this point, I'm not gonna replace the pigtail. You know what? Screw it, let's replace the pigtail. We're already here, so we might as well get it done, right? Let's do this right. Now, the nice thing about the pigtail, it is like for like. So if you look at the new one, just kind of follow down the cable and then you should be able to see, or the wire, I'm sorry, follow down the wire and go from there. I don't know if it matters if you mix them up, but I'd suggest to go one at a time. Let's do that. Get your terminals, your terminal wires. Ah, fuck, a little more than that. Not good enough. So get that, twist it. You're gonna open up your new kit. This is made by Prominence. Anyway, again, it's, we can find these at your local Freightliner, at least the ones that we have here we can find. I'm pretty sure they're pretty popular everywhere else. So this is my local one here at LA Freightliner, or used to be LA Freightliner. But anyway, so get your new plug and you're going to notice it comes with a couple things. Your plug itself, number one, comes with a little bit of loom, comes with a zip tie. It used to actually come with terminals, but it comes now with the shrink tube and two little terminals down there, so that actually makes it a lot easier to apply or use your shrink tube. Oh great, one of them fell. That's all right, no big deal. So what you're gonna wanna do, guys, is very simple. Get this, feed this down first so it's out of the way. Twist that a little bit. Now again, there's different ways of using these, or using your pliers, so some of you guys are gonna say, hey, you're doing it wrong. Again, there's no real right or wrong way, guys. Just make sure, lock it down nicely and give it a little tug on that wire. Make sure it doesn't come out. Okay, you're gonna get your new plug. And since I'm not mistaken, we went to the left, we're gonna pull that left one out. Usually they kind of come pre-cut. This time, I guess not. Nope, not this time. Anyway, you're gonna peel off a little bit and do the same thing. You're gonna slide that bad boy in there. Grab your little pliers. Make sure you got it nicely seated in there. Lock it down. You know, give it a little extra, it doesn't matter. I'd rather make sure, see, give it a little tug and you're fine. At this point, you can actually shrink it down. So let's go ahead and do that really quick while the coolant is still draining. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure you don't melt anything else, guys, or burn anything else. There we go, look at that. Nice, clean, be careful, guys. Obviously it gets hot. It will melt a little bit as it tends to stick. Let that cool off. All right, put that aside. Let me pick up my other terminal that just fell. All right, so we're gonna repeat the process. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna go ahead and cut that. You guys get the idea. So we're gonna cut it. We are going to peel some of the, oh great. Now what's going on with these pliers today? Or maybe it's me. All right, so same thing. Twist it a little bit. You're gonna get your shrink tube. Slide that in there first, because I've actually done it where I've connected the terminal, I forgot to put the shrink tube. So yeah, big fail. So that's kind of why I'm repeating myself over and over. Get your pliers, your terminals, blah, blah, blah. You know what to do. Give it a nice little bite and give it a little tug. Tug on that a little bit. There you go. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Same thing. Twist it. Connect it. Give it a nice little bite. There we go. It's all good. Pull your shrink tube over. Get your little torch. I'm probably running out of gas on that one. sure you don't burn anything. And that's it. I'm gonna let that cool off. For now, I'm gonna go back up underneath and we are gonna go ahead and stop the coolant from coming out of the radiator. We're gonna add the coolant back in there. We're gonna verify really quick that we don't have any check engine lights on our dash. And that's it. And this video itself is pretty simple. Again, this is something you can do yourself. These fail not too often though. The OEM ones will fail. These aftermarkets are actually made very well. These coolant level sensors, for some reason, yeah, they're not really the best. I don't know what to tell you about that, guys. They last, sometimes they last a long time, sometimes they don't last at all. So put your loom back on. We're gonna get the new loom that was nicely included in our kit. If I can find where the hell I left it. Ah, here we go. So put your loom on there, make it look nice and pretty. You can use a little bit of electrical tape or zip tie or whatever you want. Anyway, you guys get the idea. So make it look pretty. Once we connect it, you're gonna wanna go ahead and secure your zip tie to this part. This way it's not flapping around. As a matter of fact, let's do it now. So literally slides right in. You're gonna hear or feel a click. Then you're gonna slide this red tab over to lock it and you're done. So grab your zip tie. Again, included in the kit, and we are gonna go ahead and secure it so it hopefully doesn't bounce around too much and get damaged. So secure that, cut that, and we're pretty much done there. So we're gonna go ahead and plug it up. We're gonna add our coolant and we are all set to go. So let's go back up underneath and okay, so when you tighten this down, again, this is plastic on plastic. There is a rubber seal inside. Again, I hope you guys can see that. So make sure you don't over tighten it. Just make sure it's snug. Make sure you don't have any more coolant leaking, and then you're good to go. So we're gonna add the coolant back in. We're gonna start the truck and make sure that we don't have any more leaks. Okay guys, we are back. I got something to go ahead and add our coolant back in. As you can see, we've got our funnel. We're gonna add the gallons that we removed. I was kind of wrong on the amount that comes out. It's actually more about 3 gallons, roughly. I maybe let it go a little too much. But anyway, really quick, I wanna show you up here. Obviously, we're gonna have a check engine light. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's no coolant, so this check engine light should turn on. As we add coolant, that light will go away. Oh shit. I guess not. Anyway, so let's add the coolant, start the truck, verify repairs, and we are good to go. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, we have a check engine light, a stop engine light, obviously because there is no coolant. So let's add coolant and go from there. So we got our coolant in our trusty little bucket. And nice and slow, we are going to add it in. Coolant is in, it's going to start dropping in, and that light should go away. So, but let's verify it. Let's collect our coolant, the rest of it, and then we will be done with the video. All right, let's add the rest of the coolant. We're going to start the engine again, make sure everything is good, make sure we don't have any leaks, and this truck is ready to get back to work. So again, this is something you guys can do yourself. Doesn't take very long, actually. overdid it there. That does happen, guys. Sorry. Every now and then you're gonna add too much coolant. Wait until it starts dropping down, or you start the engine and it will go down on its own. But for now, again, that's kind of sloppy on my part, man. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, all right. So as you can see, no more check engine light, no more stop engine light. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna start the truck up. Let me get my tools and stuff out of the way, verify repairs, and this guy is set to go. So let's go ahead and get our funnel out of the way. All right, so you hop back in the truck, you look at your dash, hopefully you can see it there. Sorry guys, I'm trying to, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up and make sure we have no issues. And that's pretty much it. That's how you're gonna change the coolant level sensor on your truck. I think we're all set to go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this, let me let the truck run for a little bit, make sure I don't have any coolant leaks or any other issues, and that's it. So guys, if you have any questions, as always, hit me up, let me know. Again, coolant level sensor, Pigtail, something you can do yourself if that light ever comes up. I am gonna show you the fault code that was generated, so this way you know if that code comes up, more than likely this is what you have to do. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day.